For my 6,000 subscriber special, you guys wanted me to do an Arc 7 theory, so this video will be one part of it, titled Arc 7 Mysteries, which will be about Rem and Louis. However, there will be a separate video which is about the Masked Man, so look forward to that one also. And yes, I haven't forgot about my 4 and 5,000 subscriber special videos. They'll be coming soon, but Arc 7 takes priority because it seems more of you want Arc 7 material. This theory is about Rem and Louis. As we all know, Rem can smell the witch's scent for some reason. I do actually have a theory on this on my channel if you want to go check it out. We also know that the witch cult emanate the smell of the witch. Likewise, people with witch factors also emanate the smell, so people like Subaru. However, there is one issue. Rem has been in close proximity to Louis for quite some time, dragging her around and escaping from Subaru, yet never once has Rem mentioned that Louis has the scent of the witch. She doesn't even comment on it, which is strange since the driving force of Arc 7 is Subaru's bad decisions, such as abandoning Louis, but what further causes Rem to distrust Subaru is also his scent. So many people are confused that there hasn't been a mention of Louis's body odor, considering she possesses a witch factor and thus the scent of the witch. There are a few explanations to this, and the first one is the simplest. Subaru's scent is overpowering Louis's odor, and of course keep in mind that in the events of Arc 6, Subaru died a lot of times, like 15 plus times, so his scent will be very strong for the moment, and due to that, Rem cannot smell it. We also know that Rem can smell Subaru's scent from a great distance, considering she was able to tell that Subaru was chasing her. Another explanation is that the gluttony witch factor, which was split between Roy Alphard, Lybat and Louis Arneb, passed on over to Subaru upon Lybat Katos' death. This means that Subaru gained the gluttony witch factor without his knowledge upon Ly's death to Rem, which also caused Roy and Louis to lose their shared witch factor. There's also one notable difference in volume 25. The link between Louis and the Green Room spirit appearing has been removed, which implies that there is no connection between them. A long popular theory about why Louis was in the Hall of Memories was that she somehow died when she was younger, and since she possessed a witch factor, Odd Lagna couldn't process her soul. Her appearance in the Watchtower could simply be that she lost her witch factor after Ly's death, and Odd Lagna no longer rejected her soul and essentially gave her a body and ejected her, but of course that is speculation. That would explain why Louis doesn't actually smell, because she no longer has her witch factor and now Subaru has it. The final explanation I'm going to go through for Louis's lack of scent is the double Louis hypothesis. Have you ever looked at the rezero theory iceberg and noticed the Ricardo Welkin clone theory on it? It's actually similar to that. We know that there are two Louises in the Hall of Memories fighting. The theory is that since Louis wanted to somehow steal return by death from Subaru, one Louis won the fight and the losing Louis was stripped of her witch factor. In addition to that, the Louis who was not mentally mind broken, so the Louis on the top of this image, she needs to know what happened to the Louis who is crying. So to do that, she would eat the memories of that Louis. As a result of that, the losing Louis, who's mentally broken, would have had her witch factor and memories stolen from her, and she was somehow ejected by Odd Lagna. Because she doesn't have ingrained instincts like Rem or Krush, she is animalistic. She has nothing to fall back on since all of her memories are gone, and she didn't have a body, hence why she's an animal. This animalistic Louis will then learn from Rem and Subaru and become a good character. After all, she is satiation. She wants to eat with people, and she will grow up in a good environment and become a good character. And Subaru will actually realize that Louis does exist. The duplicate Louis, which is still in the Hall of Memories, will be the actual enemy, and the Louis which was ejected will become a good character and will join the Emilia camp. With all of this in mind, Louis's situation alongside Rem is definitely a mystery. At the end of Arc 7, Chapter 6, as stated before, when Louis is actually straddling Subaru, Subaru's intent to kill or harm her wasn't there, almost as if his opinion on Louis is slowly changing. Louis's demeanor is also changing because she's copying Todd's actions, and it shows that she might actually have growth and become a member of the Emilia camp as stated prior. Either way, let me know what you think of this, and tell me what your theories are about Louis and why Rem hasn't mentioned her scent. Either way, thank you to my channel members, Zyalid, OMW, Blue Portal, and the original gangster, Nutrags.